A community is mourning tonight, remembering the life of a 14-year-old Mississauga boy who was found murdered just days ago at a park nearby here in Mississauga. Vigil is set to begin at 6:30 here at Clarkson Community Center for Riley Driver Martin, a grade 9 student at Clarkson Secondary School. Today was not a usual day at school for students at Clarkson. Grief counselors and therapy dogs were on hand to help students and staff deal with the tragedy. On Thursday evening, Martin left his home a short distance from Meadow Park. His body was found Friday morning just before 8 o'clock. He had been stabbed. 20-year-old Nicholas Mahabir was arrested and charged with second-degree murder later that evening. On Saturday, an arrest warrant was issued for Nicholas's twin brother, Mark Mahabir. He later turned himself into police. Mark is also charged with second-degree murder. Both remain in custody and have retained separate lawyers.
May be that their independent counsel work collaboratively. On the other hand, it may be a cutthroat situation where it's one brother and not the other. Where brothers look similar, this becomes even more heightened. We know that we're dealing with non-identical fraternal triplets in this case, Mark and Nicholas being 2 out of the 3.
Meanwhile, the flag remains at half-mast at Clarkson today in honor of the young teen. A memorial table has been set up since the weekend, allowing the school community to write notes of love and support to Martin and his family. Carla Pereira with the Peel District School Board says when the time is right, those notes will be passed on to Martin's family. Several students were seen wearing shirts with Martin's initials. Pereira says the board will continue to provide support to the community as long as is needed to ensure the safety and well-being of the student body.
We continue to work with police around community safety because this didn't happen at school, right? It happened in the community. So we want to make sure that we're continuing to work with our police partners to ensure that the community is safe for them and that the school remains safe for them. We want to make sure that students know that they can still talk to a guidance counselor after the entire support system kind of leaves the building when it's able to.
As I mentioned, a vigil is set to begin shortly here at Clarkson Community Center with a number of people already arriving. Local councillor Karen Rass is set to speak tonight, and earlier, just moments ago actually, I spoke to her about community safety concerns.
The last time there was a murder in this area was about 10 years ago. So this murder of a 14-year-old has really shaken people to their core, and that's why we're seeing the community come together. People want to help in any way they can, and tonight is a good start to helping with that healing process.
Now, Riley's funeral will take place on Thursday at noon, and it will be at the Chapel of Glendale Funeral Home.